right, everybody. Hello and welcome. Happy Friday. I am a little nervous today because I was all ready to go like 7 minutes early. Usually I am scrambling like right up until the minute we start this live stream. And even today, and sometimes I not only scramble right up until we start, but I'm also scrambling like after we start, and I'm still like getting stuff set up and all of that. And so I was a little nervous when I came in the studio and I set everything up, and it was 7 minutes until the top of the hour, and I thought, what am I missing? What am I missing? Something must be wrong. I'm not scrambled and frazzled like I usually am. Like, what's wrong? So I'm a little afraid that once I get started, that I'm going to find out that I totally forgot to set up something, or there was just a giant hole or whatever. I'm like, I can't possibly be on top of things. I can't possibly, something must be wrong. Anyway, hello, welcome. Happy Friday, Nora. And happy Friday to the rest of you who are hopping on. I am fresh back from Florida. Hopefully you guys saw my Monday mindset where I talked about taking pause and just really having a chance to reflect on yourself and your business and your goals. And, so I was in Florida. The conference was a retreat more than a conference. It was Monday, Tuesday. And, each day of the retreat itself, there was a beachfront, moment of reflection, that kind of stuff. And it felt so good. So I talked to you live on Monday about that, and it felt so good. So Wednesday morning, I got up and did it on my own, and then I thought, okay, when I get back home, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get up early. I'm going to go down to the river. I'm going to have this moment of pause. Today's Friday. Did I do it? No. Yesterday, in case you missed it, I was in a car accident on Wednesday on the way home from the airport. So I drove my car into a ditch. And I'm so grateful for so many things. I'm grateful that there was no other cars involved. I'm grateful that I am totally fine, that my car is mostly fine, that I didn't get any tickets. It didn't cost a whole lot of money. It wasn't raining. It wasn't snowing. It wasn't icy. It was, I fell off the side of the road. I drove into a ditch because it was dark and I couldn't see, and I was in an area I didn't know, and I made a turn and I thought that I was on the road, and I ended up overstretching it. I ended up in a ditch. Anyway, so many things to be grateful for. So many things. Including the lady that called 911 for me. I was lost. Like, I didn't know where I was because I was coming home from the airport. Usually we get a ride. I get a ride, but this time, for reasons, I drove myself to the airport on Sunday, left the car there, and then just drove it home, which is completely unusual for me. And so I was lost. I didn't know where I was. I was in the car that didn't have the transponder, so I had to do no toll roads. And so it was taking me all these back roads. There's no lights. It was dark, everything. Anyway, drove myself into a ditch. So I'm fine. Everything's fine. So much to be grateful for. But Thursday morning, I was not, I was not wanting to get up early. I just wanted to lie in bed and recover. And then this morning I had too much stuff that I had to do before. I had a 9 o'clock this morning, and then I had to prep for you guys, and I just didn't get out there. And so, yeah. Hi! Hi, I'm Margie Remmers-Davis, creator of the fast and easy way to QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor certification, and welcome to our weekly live stream. We have this live stream every Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, inside our Facebook group. Let me show you what our Facebook group is. It is the QBO Gym Locker Room. If you want to join us live, then you must be a member of the locker room. Joining the locker room is your spot for hands-on practice using QuickBooks Online. That is what we are all about. Hands-on, hands-on, hands-on. Our new kind of tagline is we're not a training company, we're a doing company, because we don't want to just train you in one ear out the other. We want you to actually do it hands-on. So as a member of the Locker Room Facebook group, you get a free Getting Started course that teaches you how to get your free QuickBooks Online accountant account, how to access the sample company. It teaches you terms that are used in QuickBooks Online, you know, the difference between a sales receipt, an invoice, and a bill. How to navigate around. You've got some hands-on exercises so you can do some simple things, get your feet wet, understanding, and then you can hop back over into the gym to access over 100 free exercises. One of the top questions we get is, where are these exercises? How do I get them? So inside the gym, inside the locker room, there is a featured post right here. And this featured post, this is where you're going to access those 100 free exercises. Over 100, growing all the time. And then you can also, by attending our live stream, you can join get the exercise of the week, which is what we are going to be doing today. And the exercise of the week is related to the QBO Gym. The QBO Gym is our monthly subscription product where you can log in and you can get even more exercises, but the free exercises are just one-off individual features of QuickBooks Online where you get to practice a little thing, whereas the gym is an immersive experience where you get to actually be a bookkeeper. It's simulated experience. Joel will post in the group here. We always say it is like a flight simulator for being a bookkeeper, where you actually get to practice the things that you need to do. So it's organized by month. And the warm-ups are the things that you do when you very first walk in. You are going to process the money that came in, went out, process bank feeds. You're going to move on to cardio, which is all of the things that Craig has asked you to do. Maybe sending out invoices or sending a reminder. Then you have a focused training on a particular topic. The February focus is on estimates and purchase orders, and so you're going to learn how to create an estimate, how to convert it to a purchase order, all that good stuff. Then the cool down section is always reconciling accounts and running reports, and it's always new and it's always related to, you know, the whole what you've learned that month. These are not calendar months, so this does happen to be February, but this is just where everybody lands when you are in year one. Year two is we are just building out year two right now, and the February issue of year two should be out no later than Monday. We like to have it out the first of the month, but this year it's brand new. It's a whole new experience. It's much more challenging, even more interactive, even more fun. And those of you who qualify, you have to have finished all of year one in order to get year two. But I think you're gonna love it. So we have our exercise of the week. All of this feeds into your Booksmatch account. which is your dashboard that tells you what skills you have earned. And the BooksMatch account is what we open up to. If you choose, you can open yourself up to work or not, but it's what we are showing as we show you off to recruiters and small business owners that want to hire you. They can see that you have already verified your skills in all of these things, that you know how to reconcile a checking account, that you know how to create an estimate, okay? All right, so that is the gym, and we're going to work on the exercise of the week, which I'll get to that, okay? But first I need to head back and finish my announcements. Okay, so now I've done my little intro. Let me go back to my announcements. All right, so one of them was about year 2. So, so there's that. There's only a handful of you that have completely finished year 1 and are ready to go on to year 2. So that only applies to a few of you. All right, last week, speaking of BooksMatch, last week I mentioned that, well, for a couple weeks now, I've been mentioning that we are redesigning the dashboard. We released it we released it to our beta team over the summer, and then we released it to the rest of you guys in November. Now that we've had a chance to have a bunch of people in there and working, it needs tweaking, it needs fixing. It's not as intuitive as we would like it to be. It's not capturing what we really want it to capture. So we are in the process of redesigning that. I thought that today I would be able to demo the new dashboard, but we didn't like what we got back from the designers, and so we sent it back and we said try again. So that's where we are with that. Also, I mentioned that, I think I said last week, that we're going to start giving you a certificate at the end of year 1 that says that you have completed a year of simulated experience. I have a team member that's working on that, and I forgot to check with her. She's on the West Coast, and so it's too early to check with her, so I didn't have a chance to check with her and get an update on that before, but hopefully that will show up this next week. All right, before we go on to our exercise of the week, the last big topic, and I'm really sad that we didn't have a newsletter this week. Oh, I started to say the reason we didn't send a newsletter this week is because we're in the red. We're in the red with our, it's not spam rating, it's like a deliverability rating or like something like that. And so as we're trying to address what we can do to make sure that you're not overwhelmed, but you are getting all of the information, we had to pause this week. We just paused it this week to then see if that affects our rating, that they give us. So anyway, but it makes me sad because, well, 2 reasons. One is we do have the promotion on payroll happening. And so if you were wanting to get payroll and you were wanting a big discount, this is when to do it. One, because I just released we just released the payroll. You guys have been probably seeing in the group. It's very fast. It took us forever to create it because it's new this year, but for you guys, it's pretty quick. Like, people are doing it in a day. They're getting their certification, they're getting their 200 points, and which I want to talk to you about what that is. But anyway, and a bunch of us have a deadline coming up on February 17th. And so we said, okay, we're going to give you a coupon to get the payroll course at a discount. But of course, the only way to send that to you is in the email, and we can't send the email. So for those of you wanting a discount on payroll, or you've been waiting for a discount on payroll, email us, support@fastandeasyqbo.com, and we'll send it to you that way. Okay. Let's talk about the points for a minute. So back in November, Intuit made a huge change to their Pro Advisor program. And so what they said was that it's no longer just the basic level certification that allows you to get listed in the Pro Advisor directory. Now, in addition to that certification, you have to have a total of 500 points. And they have given you how you earn those points. In fact, I have it up on the screen. So let me go into, okay, so here is this is just a sample account that I'm working on. If I go to training, sorry, not training, benefits. I'm so used to going to training. Here is all of the information about the points, and you'll notice that gold is 500 points, and the gold level is what you need now in order to be listed in the Pro Advisor directory. So how can you earn 500 points? Well, right here you can click this and you can see how to earn all of the points. So just getting your QuickBooks Online Pro Advisor, this is the certification, that's your basic level, that's 100 points. Getting the advanced certification and the payroll certification, that's 200 points each. So if you do some quick math, and you should be able to do this because you're all bookkeepers, 100 points plus 200 for advanced plus 200 for payroll, that's 500. So if all you did was got all 3 certifications, then you would be gold and you would qualify to be listed in the Pro Advisor directory. There are other ways you can earn points, but these all have to do with having customers or having clients who are using QuickBooks Online. Okay. All right. So that is the points. The confusion comes in because some of us have this deadline. So they made this announcement that there was going to be this change, and they made this announcement back in November. And they said if you are currently listed in the Pro Advisor directory and you don't have 500 points, you have 90 days to get those additional points. Okay? We're gonna keep you listed in the directory until, well, as it turns out, 90 days from that announcement was February 17th. So you have until February 17th to earn the points to keep your listing in the Pro Advisor directory. Okay, so to keep it listed there. So that's why some of us, if you're brand new, this doesn't apply to you, but some of us who have been listed in the Pro Advisor directory for some time, now suddenly we're not going to be listed anymore if we don't get these certifications. People are confusing this. They're confusing this deadline with the recertification deadline. Okay, let me explain again recertification. And I'm going to do a separate video maybe today. I don't know if it's today. I've got some other things I have to record today, but the recertification is based on the season that you received your most recent certification. Okay, so the season runs from November 1st to October 31st. After October 31st of the season that you got your certification, you have to recertify by the following June 30th. Okay, so what is that in terms of today? Okay, if you got your most recent certification, and by that I mean advanced or payroll, advanced or basic. Currently, there is no recertification planned for payroll. So payroll is part of this. We're just talking about basic or advanced. So if you got your most recent, let's say you got your basic level last year and you got your advanced level after November 1st. So you got your basic before October 31st of last year. So let's say you got it last summer. Okay. And then after November 1st, you got your advanced certification. So let's say you got your advanced certification last week. Okay. Only the advanced certification date is the one that matters. You got it in this season. So you won't have to recertify until June of 2025. Okay, so we are in the current season. The current season, November 1st until October 31st. So November 1st of 2023, October 31st of 2024. Okay, so if you got your certification in that time, you don't have to recertify until 2025. If your most recent certification was on or before October 31st of 2023, then you have to recertify this year. Okay, so then you have to recertify by June 30th. They will open up the recertification in sometime in April, and you'll have until June 30th to get certified. Just like all of our other products, we will, once they release their material, we will create a fast and easy version. So we'll create slides and videos and reinforcement activities and exercises and quick notes, okay? All of that stuff for recertification. And then we'll release that. If you pre-purchased, some of you already have a recertification subscription, you're already paying every year, then you'll automatically get the fast and easy version. If this is the year you need it, you never purchased it before, don't worry, we'll announce it. We'll give you a link. You can purchase the recertification, but it's a subscription. It is a subscription. It's an annual recertification subscription to get our fast and easy stuff. Okay, so this is another problem that we have on our end, is that people get the annual subscription and then they forget that it's a subscription. And even though we email them, in advance, say, hey, don't forget, this is coming up. You know the problem we have with emails. So people aren't getting the emails, or, they opted out, or they deleted it, or they have a different email address, or they typed it in wrong or something. And then they get they say that they wanted to cancel, and then they file a bank dispute. They call the bank and say, fast and easy QBO charged me and they shouldn't have charged me. Well, you signed up for an annual subscription. So if that happens to you and you didn't get the warning, please call us and not your bank, because, we're nice people. So anyway, that's us. So the recertification, that's all about the recertification. That is not related. It is not related to the February 17th deadline. Okay. I saw somebody asked, I haven't been following along in the chat, but I did see briefly, somebody asked, how do you find out your certification date? If you go under training to Certification Hub, this account that I have doesn't have any certifications, but in the Certification Hub, that's where you're going to find all of your dates. Okay, the last time that you recertified, like how long your certification lasts, all of that stuff. So that's in the Certification Hub. Okay, 11:31, 31 minutes. 31 minutes of talking, guys. All right. Kurt says your support team is really awesome. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, because not everybody feels that way. We're doing our best. All right. Hi, good morning. Let's see. Good morning. Ecam, don't forget. Yes. She fell off the side of the road. Yes, Joel's talking about me. I fell off the side of the road. It was good. People have the choice. Lucy says, people have the choice to delete emails. Who doesn't get too many emails? Just look at the email quickly and either read it or delete it. Easy. Yeah, that's how I say. Totally agree. Nora, I guess you're talking about what Lucy just said. All right. Don't change your process, Margie. Thank you, Lucy. We're trying so hard. We love everybody, and we want everybody to love us. And, you can't please everyone. All right. Just so you know, some people get triple the emails. And if you get quadruple the emails, just saying. I looked into you. Sometimes when people, depending on where they unsubscribed, they can give like feedback. And I looked at one yesterday, and somebody said 3 emails in one day. Come on, people, or something like that. Well, I looked at it. I was like, did we send 3 emails in one day? Like what was that? Okay, well, one of them was the weekly newsletter that goes out on Fridays, and then I send a locker room agenda, which is, I try and do it on Thursdays, but usually I don't have my act together, so sometimes I also send it on Fridays. So that was that email. And then that was the week that I had typed up the locker room from the previous week and forgot to click send. So I sent 2 that day. I was like, hey guys, here's the one from last week. It contained important information, so that's why I want to resend it. And then that was the 3 emails that she complained about. We got 3 emails in one day. So I don't know. All right. Let's see. Oh, so somebody's asking about the emails on the forum. So if you're in the cleanup course, and the people in the cleanup course have like a separate like a forum where you can log in and do intros and whatever, those will automatically generate emails every time a person like hops on, says hi, responds or whatever, but you can turn those off. So Corey, maybe we could put a pin or something to tell people like how to turn those off if they want them. So Tasha says maybe just send something once a week. Yeah, the problem with that is, so we do have the newsletter that goes out once a week, but then we have announcements that are specific to certain groups of people. So like the reason we don't have the locker room agenda in the weekly newsletter is because not everyone's in the locker room. So that's why we have to send them separately. And then sometimes, I got to send an email. Somebody just told me there's a typo in one of our quick notes. So I'm going to have to fix the typo and upload it, and then tell all of the people that are in that particular course, I'm going to have to email them that, there's this change. So I can't just send one email once a week. It's like whatever you are, because it's not all applicable to you. I don't know. All right. There's a pinned post about how to change that. That's what Corey's saying. In the cleanup course, there's a pinned post about how to change it so you don't get all those emails. You can change your setting to filter what you want to receive for emails so you don't have to get everything, just what you want to see. Yes. That is in your own email box. You have rules that you can set up. And then also that's another thing we have started at the bottom of all of our emails, having manage preferences so that you can control, yes, I want the locker room agenda. No, I don't want the locker room agenda. Yes, I want the weekly newsletter. No, I don't, etc. Okay, where can we find our certification date? Certification, we talked about that already. That's in the certification hub. It's a great way to have the subscription so that I know I will have your help, such a valuable investment. Thank you, Corey. She's talking about the recertification. Like just having the annual subscription means you always get the latest stuff from us. So yeah. All right, you're a sport team. Can I change the card that was used for the recertification? Yes, you can do that in your customer hub. The customer hub link is on your email or is on your receipt. But if you email support, we can also send you the customer hub so you can manage your credit card information there. All right, do you have a membership to the gym? Oh, she's talking about the customer hub. Oh, wait. Oh, that's another email that goes out. I completely forgot about that. It's because the gym is a monthly subscription. You do get that subscription reminder every month. So that's another email that does go out every month. And that also has the customer hub link on it. So you can manage your credit card on file. And that's managing your credit card for everything in your account. with this whole email issue, will we still get the exercise link for today's video? Yes. Yes. Right now. Oh my gosh, all this admin stuff. Okay. Yes, we are just about to actually do the exercise, shall we? Let's do that right now, guys. Let's do that right now. Okay, so our exercise of the week. Here we go. Oh, I need to share my screen. Right. All right, let's get started. 23 minutes left. Okay, so the exercise of the week, the purpose of the exercise of the week is to keep your BooksMatch account active by completing at least one exercise each week. This is one of the things that we measure, and we do this specifically because our recruiters asked for it. They want to know that you are still in and actively upskilling, actively looking for work, okay? We specifically had one person say to us that she said she wastes so much time reaching out to people who later she finds out are no longer looking. She's like, if I knew who was actually there and available, that would just be a game changer for me. So if you have completed all of the exercises in the gym, then there's nothing left for you to do to prove that you are still active and looking. So that's why we have the exercise of the week, but also it's a bonus for you guys here. So the exercise of the week is available once you have completed 50% of the gym. If you're not working on the gym, then you don't need the exercise of the week, because the exercises in the gym are what keep you active. So this is really only for, so you can get if you've completed 50% of the gym, that will unlock this for you, or you can get the link here on the live stream. If you don't have a subscription to the gym, which is also perfectly fine, then you can just do the exercise and sorry, I got distracted because Joel said in the customer hub, you only get to change your credit card if you have a subscription. So yes, but the recertification is a subscription. The recertification is an annual subscription, so you can change your credit card there. Okay. So just to clarify that. All right. So last week I told you I was going to make some changes. I made some of those changes. One of them is to put the newest exercise of the week right here on top so that we don't have to scroll down. So I made that change. The change that I did not make is I said that I would start doing marketing prompts along with each exercise of the week. So I will do that. I'm sorry it's not available yet today. And then the third thing that I said I would do for the exercise of the week was what? What did I say? Marketing prompts, demonstrate your skills. Anyone who finishes 50% of the gym gets this automatically. Right now it's not automatic, so we have to manually do it. But that should be today, as that should happen today. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the exercise of the week. We're still in some very basic skills here, which is practice adding a customer. Did Joel put it in? Yeah, he put it in the chat for those of you who don't have a subscription. If you have a subscription to the gym and you've completed 50%, you should have, it's a separate course called Exercise of the Week. You should have access to it there. Otherwise, Joel just put it in there. In order for you to get BooksMatch credit, you have to do it inside the gym. Just the link doesn't affect your BooksMatch, okay? All right, so this is a continuing series for the first couple of months of this year. Probably through early summer, we'll finish getting through these Pro Advisor challenges. The Pro Advisor challenges are exercises that Intuit has created that is inside your Intuit account. And so we have here at the beginning where to find the Pro Advisor Challenge, okay? So inside your accountant account, and again, you can know that you're in your accountant account because it says accountant right up here, okay? And and it says up at the top, it says your practice rather than going straight into the books, okay? So if I go to Pro Advisor and Training, and then I select Training Library. Let me go park my cursor over here. I go Training Library. Okay, you'll notice, so under Product Training, there are these several tiles or these several drop downs. And so QuickBooks Online is usually the one that's open. And so here, each of these tiles is a module that is training. So you can see in our exercise right here. So we're going to go, we're on QuickBooks Online. So now we're going to click on the Sales and Customers tile. Okay, so that's this module here, Sales and Customers. And then here are all of the lessons inside there. And we're going to today we're doing Adding Customers. Okay, so you can see, oh, sorry, forgot to show you. Let me go back to sales. Okay, forgot to show you that there are beginner, intermediate, and advanced skills. That's how they're grouped. And so today's is under beginner skills, and we are adding customers. Okay, so that's all at the beginning of the Pro Advisor Challenge. If you want to find it. Okay, the scenario is Craig has a new customer and he's asked you to help him add them to his customer list. Let's see how to do this. Okay, so now we have to be in the sample company to do this exercise. Okay, so we have to hop over to the sample company and we hit the gear icon and click sample company. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, and you don't know how to get your free accountant account, you don't know how to access the sample company, you want access to the exercises, the live stream, and all of that, of course, all of the links are below. Intuit loves to give us all of these little pop-ups. You know, maybe that's what we could do for announcements, is have pop-ups. And then every time that there's an important thing, but I don't know, most of us hate pop-ups. I would rather get an email than have a pop-up. But anyway. All right, so here we are inside the sample company. Okay, so we're going through our exercise. Okay, so here is the information for the new customer. Okay, there are a number of ways. What we're going to do today is we're going to go through the exercise as written, and then I'm going to show you some variations and some other things about customers in QuickBooks Online. So this is a more basic lesson, but it's always good to revisit the basics because sometimes you don't know what you don't know, right? All right, so we're going to go on the left navigation bar. We're going to click Sales. And, okay, so Sales. So notice that, so I'm going to click Sales here. Okay, so when I hover over on the left navigation bar, you'll notice these little sub-menus pop up, okay? And each of these sub-menus is the same as a tab here. So when I click Sales, this goes directly to this, what's called the Sales Center. And then I can, from here, I can just hover here and select it, or I can go with it. What the exercise is asking us to do is just click Sales and then click Customers. Okay, and here we go, click Customers, and then we're going to click New Customer, and we're going to put in all of this information. Okay, so we're going to click New Customer, and boom, here's all the information that we want to put in. Okay, we're going to type the title, first name and last name, in that, Mr. Adam Rosenberg, Berg with a BRG, Mr. I don't know why the exercise doesn't have a period. I'm going to put a period. Mr. Adam Rosen. Look what happens while I'm typing. While I am typing, you notice this is automatically being filled in and this is automatically being filled in. So this one is the customer display name, okay? So this is where when we pull up the customer on various things, on invoices and estimates and sales receipts, whenever we pull up the customer, this is what's going to be displayed, okay? Mr. Rosenberg, okay? Now, this automatically filled in because that's what I typed in. I could just type in the customer display name, and notice this is a drop down. So I could, look, I have a choice of how to organize how I want it to show up on things, okay? And I could, if I had a company name in here, which I don't, but Adam Supplies, let's say I do, I'm going to delete this. This is just for demonstration purposes, okay? So I have a company name that's Adam Supplies. Notice that's now an option also, is under customer display name, okay? So I'm going to delete this because that's not part of our exercise, and now it's not there, okay? So we're going to go back to our exercise. So now we put in the name. Now we're going to put in the email address. Now, I was looking at this email, this exercise earlier, and it's using a Gmail address, guys. Is Adam Rosenberg a real person? Is he getting millions of emails from people that are testing things and in this? I don't know. I hope it's not. I mean, this came from Intuit. I would never have an email address like this because that could be a real person. I don't know. All right, so that is that one. And then in the phone number, look, they gave us a fake phone number, so that's good. I'm going to put in the phone number. Okay, in the street address. Okay, now here's an interesting thing. I'm gonna hop over, stop sharing my screen for a minute because this is important. And you guys know, if you've been on the call, whenever something's really important, I want to talk to you directly rather than displaying my screen. Okay, so this is important. In QuickBooks Online, all of these address fields are just kind of text fields. So you can kind of put in whatever you want. They don't have to be actual addresses in the United States. For those of you who are studying payroll, when you are in QBO payroll, every time you see an address field, it has to be an actual address. Intuit's going to go out and it's going to look and it's going to say, is this a real place? Okay. And so it has to be on the payroll side. It does have to be an actual real address in the United States. Okay. On the QBO side, you could make mistakes. Maybe this isn't Adam's address, maybe that's not a real zip code or whatever, and it's not going to catch it. It's not going to catch it on the QBO side, but it will catch it on the payroll side. So for those of you in the payroll, you guys already know this, but for all of the addresses that we're using in the payroll course are all addresses that Intuit already gave us, that they are already using for their demos. And so I kind of feel like we have permission to use these addresses because they're already using them. Okay, so important thing. I wanted to just share that with you about the address information. Okay, so now we've got to put in the San Pablo. So what I'm saying is that, oops, wrong one. What am I doing here? Okay, San Pablo. So yeah, so if there wasn't a real place called San Pablo, then if this were payroll, it would flag it. It wouldn't let you do it. All right, here's another thing I wanted to point out. I talked about this briefly. I mean, we talked about this last week, but not everyone was here last week. When you were editing a customer, I just yesterday learned these little icons. is that these reflect the sections. So this is your name and contact section. This, if I click on it, goes to your addresses section. This goes to your notes and attachments section. This goes to your payments section. So you can see what that means, see how that works. I just barely learned that. If you want it to go away, you can click that. If you want it to come back, you can click that. Okay, so that's kind of a new thing, new to me thing. All right, so now we're going to be adding the address. Notice right here is a sub-customer. Those of you who are in the advanced level course, this is a thing we talk about a lot, this is a thing you have to know about sub-customers. We're not going to go over it today. I'm sure there will be another Pro Advisor Challenge later that's about that, but for now, oops, didn't I copy? Oh my gosh, I'm going crazy, guys. Okay. I thought I copied this already. I guess I stopped and had my very important announcement. Okay, there's my address there. Now we're going to San Pablo. And California, I'll just type that, and then that, zip code, state, California, zip code. Look, in California, I could say the state is XY. It's not going to catch me. In payroll, it would catch me. Okay. Oh, this is new. I don't know what this is. Preview address. What does that look like? Oh. Well, I've never seen that before. So that checks to see like where that person is on Google Maps. Okay. I guess that's their way of letting you check to make sure it's a real address. I don't know. All right, so if their shipping address is different, you could add that here, but we're not going to do that. All right, let's see. I think for the exercise, we're going to do payment method. Okay, so for notes and attachments, if you are playing around in the sample company, you can add attachments to customers. So in the gym, there are a couple of places we do this. In the month where we talk about sales tax, some customers are exempt from sales tax, and so you have to have your IRS determination letter, and so you can attach that here. Also, for in one of the issues we talk about 1099 employees, and so we have to have their W-9. I don't know, it's escaping me. Anyway, so W-9. And so on the vendor record, you can also attach that. So you get to practice that, and that is a thing you can attach in the sample company. All right, so the next one is we're going to use this primary payment method. So for him, we already said their primary payment method is going to be MasterCard. Here we go, MasterCard. Okay, and then for the exercise, that's all we have to do. We're going to click Save. Okay, but let's talk about these other things. So the primary payment method we've selected is MasterCard. These are the terms. So you can have different terms for each customer. So some customers have to pay within 30 days. Some customers have to pay right when they get it, and you can specify what terms you want them to have, and then that will show up on the invoice. So we're going to create an invoice for Adam in just a second, so you'll see how these things show up. Okay. Here you can have your sales form delivery options. So you can say how to have it print later, you can have it send later, you can have none, or you can use the company default. And then I totally forgot until today, you can determine what language you want the invoices to show up as. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Not all languages in the world are there, but so that's a thing to play around with. Credit limit, I've never seen this until today, so I don't know, maybe, I don't know how that works. So, but anyway, but that's available. Maybe you can't send an invoice that's more than their credit limit. I don't know. All right, and then we have other things. Customer type, that's covered in the course. You have free exercise about adding customer types. I talked about the tax exemption, so we have a whole lesson on sales tax, and then here is the information about that person. I'm not going to go into detail. That's a big thing, and it's not part of the exercise, but the gym, there's a whole thing about sales tax. Okay, and so that's it for this person. So the new customer, Adam, has been created. You can go back to see his name on the customer list, okay, by going back to customers right here. And then we can see Mr. Adam Rosenberg. Why did it come as Mr. Adam Rosenberg? Why didn't it show up under Adam? Well, because that's what we told it. Remember on that drop down, we said, we selected the display name. Let's change that. Let's see. Let's go to Adam. We're going to edit his record here. We're going to change. So instead of Mr. Adam Rosenberg, let's change this to Adam. Oh, that's curious. Oh, because did you guys notice that and just not tell me? Because when I finished spelling the name, I put it in the display name instead of in the last name. Okay, so here I can select Adam Rosenberg, so it doesn't include that. So let's change that, and then I'm gonna hit save. And now when I go back to customers, look where he is. Okay, so that's how that display name shows up. And now let's create an invoice for him and see how it shows up. Okay, so invoice, I'm going to select Adam Rosenberg. Okay, all right, so all of this stuff came across from the customer record. So his email came across. Notice how this is not checked, okay, because we didn't select it. We could have selected it if we wanted to send his later. The terms, the default is net 30, but if we had wanted him to specifically to be due on receipt, it would automatically show up there. And let's go ahead and create a receipt or create an invoice so we can see how his payment then shows up. So I'm just going to go, I just added a random product. I'm going to click the black save button so we stay on the screen. Okay, that's the difference between black, or the green will take you away from the screen. The black will keep you on the same screen. Okay, so now let's say we received a payment. And look what's automatically selected is that payment method is MasterCard. Okay, so that was automatically selected for us because we put that in his customer profile. All right, I think that is it. So we are done with this exercise. We showed it on the list. Guys, one word about feedback. We love getting your feedback. But if you click this, it doesn't know who you are. So if you have a question that needs to be answered, and this is specific to the exercise, please put your name and email address because otherwise we don't know. And also include the exercise number, which is right here. Okay, so a lot of times we get a ton of these people asking questions, and we can't write back to you because we don't know who you are. Or you've unsubscribed, and so the system won't let us write back to you. That's another thing. Okay, so then remember that if you need your skills updated in BooksMatch, you have to do the exercise. You have to click this inside BooksMatch and then click here when it's done, and then that will register it on BooksMatch. If you're not a member of the gym, if it doesn't matter to you, you can just use the link that Jill provided. All right. Let me go back to the chat. Oh, we're only 2 minutes over. How about that? Let's see. Gym or books match? Debbie, I don't understand your question. Somebody says, I haven't done the gym yet because I'm focused on the certs first, but now I know. All right, sounds good. Somebody says, here, let me take this off and then we can see. So somebody says, see how it says Facebook user? That's because this person didn't give eCam permission. That's why we always say, please give eCam permission so we know who you are, because otherwise it just comes across anonymously. It just says, so I don't know who you are, but whoever's asking this question, I'm a little confused about the subscription for the gym. It's a monthly subscription. It lasts as long as you pay it. That's it. So you have access to all these exercises. You're constantly getting more, and you have the ability to be open for work on BooksMatch, and it's as long as you pay it. So if you have more questions about that, happy to answer. Yeah, Joel says it's month to month. Okay. And it's a monthly subscription. You have access to all the exercise while you're paying for the subscription. You keep your QBO Gym membership for as long as you want. Just like Jennifer said, you have access to every exercise in the gym. That's true for year 1. You don't have year 2 unlocked until you have finished all of the gym, and you don't have the exercises of the week unlocked until you've done 50% of the gym. Okay. Please no pop-ups. Text notification is another option. Personally, I prefer the emails. Yeah, so we are implementing text for some things. A common thing that happens is somebody will register and there's a typo in their email address, so they never get the initial access your courses welcome email. And so the only way for us to get a hold of them is because the email address, they typed it wrong. We don't know. It's bouncing. And so we're adding text for that. But we have to be careful with texting too, because, we could also get slammed if we're not careful, we can also get slammed for texting that too much. But the whole newsletter is never going to be a text. But we could conceivably say, hey, the newsletter just dropped. Be on the lookout for it. I don't know if we'll ever get that. All right, some people saying hello. Iris is late. Iris, how dare you be late? I'm just kidding. I'm giving you a hard time. You can hop on whenever you want, or you can watch the recording. Iris says, I have 2 diagnostic clients that started yesterday. Woohoo! Tell us more about that. Do you mean you have 2 clients you did diagnostic reviews for that you landed as clients? I want to know all about that. That is awesome. Ellen says, this is an excellent question. How do you change it if you put someone in as a vendor instead of a customer? There is no way to just switch somebody from a vendor to a customer. You just have to add them again as the other thing, and then make the previous one inactive. It's kind of a bummer. I think that would be a cool little thing if you could do that, but you can't. It would also be cool if a vendor could also be a customer, because that happens too. But that doesn't work. So yeah, so the only way. Kelly says, I have used preview address to confirm customer that was located with a service area. Sorry, I got distracted. I have used preview address to confirm customer was located within a service area. Very helpful. All right, good. Debbie, earlier you said we had to be active weekly on BooksMatch to get recognized as active, but then you said gym. It's the gym. You have to actively be actively working in the gym for it to show up in. Because if you're not active in the gym, your BooksMatch rating will go down. So that's why we're giving you an exercise of the week, so that you could just hop on, do a quick exercise, and keep your stats high. All right. Rob says, I've been all over the training hub and the certification hub, but nowhere does it list when I have to recertify. I passed the basic 12/29/23. So you passed it on 12/29/23. So that's the current season. The current season started November 1st of 2023, and it will last until October 31st of 2024. Okay, that's the season. So you are in the current season, so that means you will not have to recertify until 2025. Okay, unless you get the advanced. Well, still, if you got the advanced right now, it wouldn't change. It would still, because you're in this current certification year, then 2025. So you don't have to worry about it for a while, Rob. Okay, Donna says, I just saw the eCam thing. You must have been our anonymous person earlier. I'm glad to see your face now. Yes, I can see you, Donna. Awesome. 2 clients I will do a review for, and this is Iris following up. I have 2 clients I will do a review for, and they're paying. So you're doing a diagnostic review on existing, they're already your client, but now you're doing the diagnostic review. Is that what you mean? Anyway, I'll give you time to wrap that up. Anyway, that's it, guys. I'll continue working on the, I'll continue chatting with Iris to get this figured out, but that's it for the exercises. And look, we're only 8 minutes after. I'm doing pretty good, guys. I'm doing pretty good, especially I talked for like the first, she says they are new to QBO, and I'm doing the review. Okay, excellent, excellent. All right, so have a fabulous, fabulous work weekends. Oh, somebody says, what happens if I don't have all my certs on February 17th? You just won't be listed in the Pro Advisor directory. If you have the basic certification, so you are currently listed, then you will have to become certified in basic and payroll in order to keep your listing. If you drop off the listing, then when you get your certification, then you just resubmit to be approved to be back on the directory. I assume that's how it's going to work. All right, Donna, so glad you found us on YouTube. Yay. I always wonder, we put so much content out there, but I never know, you never know how it goes. So I'm glad to hear, Donna, that you found us. All right, so I think that's it, guys. Have a fabulous rest of your Friday. Have a fabulous weekend. I will see you on Monday for Mindset Monday. For those of you who are new, Mindset Monday is just at some point during Monday, I will hop on and give you some mindset motivational nuggets. And there's no set time because Mondays are always crazy for me, and I always hop on just when I can do it. But it is they're always recorded. They're inside the Facebook group. I don't post them on YouTube. They're just for our peeps in the locker room. But they're always, recorded. You can always go find them. So somebody says, oh, this is maybe the same person. I'm brand new, so maybe I won't have any problems. If you're brand new, you're not listed currently on the Pro Advisor directory, then it doesn't matter. So yeah, the deadline is only for the people who are currently listed and who are going to drop off if they don't get some more points by the deadline. That's what that is. All right, I think that's it. You guys have a fabulous weekend. I will see you on Monday, and I can't wait to hear your success story.